everyone, welcome to this pick a card reading. As you can see from here, the theme for this reading turns out to be one of friendship. I was actually asking for Spirit to kind of give us an idea about what it is that we need to know about in this time. And this is the theme that they have mentioned. So if you're here at this reading, please know that we're going to be looking at relationships. Of course, it says friendship here, but we're talking about interrelationships. It could be between you and a friend, you and a family member, you and a romantic partner, maybe a coworker, or any kind of significant person in your life at this time. So let's just go ahead and take a moment. And if you'd like, you can call upon the image of somebody in particular, or if you'd like it to remain open, you can just get an idea of, just be open to seeing what Spirit has to offer you in general on the topic of your connection and your perception with, I just heard with intelligent people. So that's for somebody here. Maybe you're dealing with, somebody intelligent and whatnot. But either way, let's continue on. So if you saw the thumbnail, then you probably have guessed already that this is going to be pile 1. It says gentleness, be kind to yourself and others, honor your gentleness, speak words of love. Then we have pile 2, which says delight, count your blessings and enjoy life. Take pleasure in simple things, always expect the best. And our final pile is pile 3, which says strength. This challenge will make you stronger. You will get through to the other side. Look for the gifts in this situation. I do want you to know that the purpose of this reading is just to add a little bit more information so that you can make your own decision and you can come to your own conclusion about what's going on in your life. But please remember that conclusions even will shift as we shift as well. So I'm going to give you a few seconds to consider which of the piles, if not just one, which 2 or 3 you'd like to go with. Okay, and just a last minute check. I'm going to count down whichever pile 1, 2, or 3 pops into your mind. Maybe consider that. 3, 2, 1. Okay, I just heard one pop in for me. All right, could be a few of them. Now let's take a look at the collective message first. Okay, so collectively speaking, ta-da! This is coming out for all of us. So we see here that we have this concept of friendship in the middle, and there's so much going on in life right now at the time when this reading is being done, energetically, cosmically, astrologically. Now, whenever you watch this reading, because remember it's timeless and signless ultimately, you may have a lot going on as well. A lot of what you're experiencing, which is a lot of change. Look, it literally says change and the tower. But this is not meant to kill you, they're saying. This is meant to challenge your perception about something. About what? About the role you play in the grander scheme of things, about the role you play in the world, about the role you play in your environment, about the role you play in your specific relationships, right? So we're looking at you as you exist, not as an island, but as an interrelational being. Now, in particular, it says friendship here, but remember, we're speaking to energetic connection in general. So seek out your soul family. Surround yourself with positive people. Spend more time socializing. In a sense, these are some of the goals that you would like to accomplish when you're in a healthy connection with someone else, right? Especially if you're hoping that, if you're hoping to find somebody significant, like a best friend, someone like a romantic partner, somebody who you'd like to kind of view as a parental figure, a secondary parental figure for you. As I'm saying all this, the miracles card is starting to kind of slip out. So Spirit is saying this is almost like an answer to your prayers, because there's a little bit of an unspoken prayer that's coming here that maybe you may not realize. And the prayer is this: please give me the perception that I need in order to make this this change, this shift into a higher and more pure vibrational frequency with other people a reality. Now notice that the perception card came out reversed. Okay, but look what came with it, the miracles card. And a course in miracles refers to a miracle as a change in perception. So you see how this is an answer to a prayer that you don't even realize that you're asking. So here's the pitch. If you've been disappointed in your relationships, just kidding. Hey, are you experiencing disappointment in your relationships? Whatever it is. Or maybe you've come here because you're awesome and you're like, well, how could I show up better for other people, right? Well, look no more. Let's just see what message. I don't know. I don't even know what the messages are. I haven't even looked at the cards, but let's see what message the piles have for us, okay? So let's jump into pile 1. Da! Okie dokie, pile 1. Here we go. You've got gentleness and look at these other 3 cards. What? Let's gently move. God bless. These guys over to the side. So pile 1, your first card is gentleness. Be kind to yourself and others. Honor your gentleness. Speak words of love. So I'm getting here that in connections, it's almost like energy is saying that you may have been rubbed wrongly or rubbed raw by connections that you're dealing with. I'm feeling for some of you it could be stemming from the mother wound. So you may be dealing with people in your life who are reflecting wounds that you received and treatment that you may have received from a mother, right? But in particular, I'm seeing here, what is it that they were just saying? Hold on one second. It's like the energy keeps coming, and by the time I'm talking about one, the next energy is coming. Yeah, thank you. They're saying that you were misunderstood. So if you belong to pile 1, or if you felt like you gravitated to pile 1, whether it was your first choice, second, or third, there is a sense of feeling misunderstood by energies in your environment, by people. Now, I'm getting that there's almost like this energy of being adopted. So some of you may actually have been adopted into a new family or into a new source of energy. It could also be that maybe you moved from one company to the other and it's a kind of a long-term company move, right? There's a sense of adoption there. You may have met other family members. It could be something as simple as switching barbershops or salons, and now you're in a whole other circuit of energy. But whatever this is, I'm seeing that you may have been rubbed wrongly by something that people are saying, but excuse me, that's by something that someone has said or done to you, or just a general way of life. You're feeling raw about it. I do see that there's a pattern of behavior that you are exhibiting in your life that may rub the people in your life wrongly, but this is not to say that it's all you or it's all them. But what we are going to say is that there is an accompanying energy of your being misunderstood. So Spirit wants to send a little bit of love and compassion and gentleness out to you. So underneath here, I do see that there are some energies here that maybe there's a reason why you're being viewed in this way. Maybe you're moving in a space that's out of element with the family structure or the potential energetic space that you're in, right? When they say element, it could be, of course, your traits, your personality, your belief systems, your values, but it really could simply, and I promise you, be an elemental thing. Like maybe you've got too much fire or too much water, or maybe you've got a combination of these elements that just don't vibe with the elements that other people have in the space. And if there isn't this sense of maturity or the sense of perception that's needed to view this, then it could be a little bit difficult to move forward in that space. But let's take a look at what the next card is. Reclaim, yes. So a lot of times what happens here is when we plug into a certain circuit, and that's what we're doing when we make relationships with people, when we make connections with people, places, things, situations, ideas, institutions. All we're doing is we're plugging in to that field. And a lot of times, if you are plugging into a more dominant structure or a structure that is, and the dominance doesn't even need to be necessarily aggressive or intentionally aggressive. It could be that you're plugging into somebody's space and their neediness is stronger than your ability to maintain independence, right? So whatever it is, it's kind of like two elements coming together. And if one has a stronger pull, like all the electrons are going to kind of go over there, right? Excuse me, two atoms, right? And well, similar, but anyway. And so what you're being advised to do at this time is to create balance for yourself. And in creating balance for yourself, you're going to look at things from a logical standpoint. Okay, let's sit down logically. If I were to explain this situation to 5 different people from different walks of life, how would they objectively, in their own perspective and perception, explain what's happening here? Doesn't mean they're all right, doesn't mean that any of them are wrong, right? But try to get as objective a view as possible of what the situation is. Also, look at your own wounding. Do you have a susceptibility to feeling misunderstood, to feeling unseen and whatnot? What are you bringing to this occasion? What are your wounds? What are their wounds? But either way, you're being asked to reclaim your power. They're saying step back, move out from the sphere of influence. So this may indicate needing to take a period of rest and time away from these people or from this space or just whatever. And you know, the song says, as the song says, everybody needs a little time away, you know, I heard them say from each other. Yeah, and it's true. So you may be being asked to unplug from these centers of imbalance. If it's proving to be too hot for you or too cold for you, sometimes you just have to step back. And for some of you, that could probably be easily arranged, and then so pray about it, and so the Spirit can take you in and out of connection in as loving and balanced a way as possible. But for others of you, there may be real reasons why you can't step back. It could be financial, as something the guides are showing me. Some of you may be financially, I heard embittered pop out. So some of you, there's a little bitterness there, but some of you may be financially intertwined with somebody, caught up, entangled, whatever it is. For some of you, it's not even finances, it's your ego. Maybe you don't want to step back because you don't want to be seen in a certain way. Maybe it makes you feel like you're losing. Maybe it makes you feel like a loser, whatever it is. Or maybe you don't want to admit defeat. Maybe you're in denial. For whatever reason it is, you may struggle to step back. But if you're in pile 1, you're being asked to observe the sensitivity that you need for yourself. You need to recognize something is triggering me. It doesn't feel good. It doesn't feel right. And so what I'd like to do is step back so I can get out of the zone and then I can reflect on it in a logical way, a loving way for myself and others. I can reclaim. For somebody here, I'm not gonna lie, I'm feeling a lot of drug use is part of this cycle. So you really want to pull back, whether it's somebody but they're saying you have to own it. So someone here may actually be an addict of some substances here. And you have to own that. You have to recognize that. So sometimes, and I just want to also open it up in general, if you're addicted to something, working out, a way of life, or whatever it is, and it's affecting the people around you, then of course this may create issues, and you may, not that you mean to, but you may place people in a position where they have to really start thinking it's either my sanity or, this person. It's just like they have to make a hard decision. So please, either way, if you're in pile 1, I'm seeing that there needs to be an awareness that there is an elemental difference that creates struggle here. There's a misunderstanding or a perception of misunderstanding that's going on, because remember, we do see perception shifting needed, and the best way to do that is to take a step back so that you can reclaim your power. Look at the Death card here. It's transformation. So some of you may have already gone through this position. Maybe someone ghosted you, maybe you ghosted someone, maybe whatever, but a separation occurred. Now, if that's you and you've already had this, then I'm going to gently turn you around, like you're Miss Stark here. I'm going to turn you around to look at this back wall, because it's like you keep focusing on the separation, on what happened. on maybe even feeling like you still need to defend yourself or have your last piece or explain yourself or whatever. But you don't realize that the back wall opens up. So you think you're trapped, you think you're somewhere and you can't get out. But actually the truth is you need to change your perspective. Cool? Turn around. Stop focusing. Ooh, look at this. Don't lie. Don't lie. Focus in the reverse. Just as I turned it over, stop focusing on this energy that you actually should be disconnecting from. What is it that you should be focusing instead on? Yourself. Creating this distance for you. Create the distance for you. Or if the distance was created for you by someone else, then honor that and step out of it. Step out of the way. So this is a little bit of a tidbit, and I'm so tempted to like do a full spread on this and ask more questions, but I'm going to honor my intention of keeping this as short as possible. And that explains why they put the cute little page of coins. It's a little bit to help you come to a decision. They're like, does this feel better to put these cards here? Yes, it does. Because I'm like, it's unfinished. But of course, if you'd like to have a personal reading on this issue, or if you'd like help and attention on understanding the shift that needs to happen, or even to have energetic work done, which means just working with your energy field, so nothing crazy. You know where to find me, Etsy, okay? So any last messages? They're also, yes, you know, you look, I'm a dog with a bone, guys. I can't let it go, but I will. But I will say this first. It's important for you to claim who you are. But remember, when you're claiming who I am, you're also remembering that you need to be mindful about what it is that you put after the I am. If you're like, I'm sick and tired of this, okay. But now you're taking into your present moment a focus that's going to keep you locked into that. So in your present moment, again, shift yourself away. Let's turn you around. I am out of here. Plain and simple. I am out of here. And that's what you are being invited to do. All right, so if you'd like to work more closely together and to find out what's going on, you know where to find me. Until then, God bless you. And if you feel drawn to any of the other piles, then go for it. Mwah. Hi, pile 2. Welcome, welcome. Wow, I love how my voice changed. Why did my voice change for you? It's almost like gentle. Oh, look, delight. There it is. Gentle, almost syrupy. It's almost like maybe I need to handle you lovingly, which you know you'll always get on my channel. Don't even trip. But you also need to be handled carefully, because I'm getting that maybe there's a mental energy going on in your field, a little bit of a disturbance in your mental field that needs to be checked. Okay, when I say checked, please do not worry, because please know that I'm reading for a collective of you, and so I'm feeling that there are different meanings behind that word checked. It could be, of course, psychologically, but it could be like you need to come to a realization about something. It could be just an energy shift that's needed, whatever is going on, but you may get what you need here. But I do want to remind you, I'm going to just do a little bit of a snippet today. We're committing to keeping these as short as possible. And the guides, they're meeting me here. They're like page of coins today, Jonelle. Keep it short so that you can have a shift in perception for yourself, guys, okay? That's what we're here for. I do want to remind you that before we came into this reading, if you haven't checked the collective reading, I would invite you to go back and do that. But basically the summary is that you're going through a major change right now, and there's a perception shift that you need to have right now, and that's why we're calling in miracles. So a miracle, as A Course in Miracles lovingly defines, is merely a shift in perception. So let's go about seeing how we can do that. See, I want to say, look how pretty you are. You're so pretty. I'm going to talk nice to you. Let's talk about other stuff. Now, that's kind of like, I don't know how I feel about that energy, but I'm in the zone here. So let's see. Chance, okay. It's like, you know, it feels a little manipulative. Not that I'm trying to manipulate you, because you know I'm channeling, but if you have an energy around you that's kind of treating you like this also, it could also be yourself, because I'm seeing yourself like there's a sense of denial here when it comes to a certain connection or connections in general, or there could be someone around you that's giving you this gaslighty treatment, that's giving you this this patronizing, syrupy tone. And whatever this is, it's a manipulative energy. It feels almost like you have to be on tenterhooks. Yes, tenter. We all thought it was tender hooks, but actually it's tenterhooks. But who knows and who cares, right? But I felt proud. I got it right, right? But I'm getting a restaurant energy. So for somebody here, maybe there's a restaurant location that's, okay, what is this? That is related to this energy. What is happening? Very Aquarian energy coming in here. And I just all of a sudden had this thought, what if, because they were just talking the other day about in Russia, there's a company that is spearheading, starting to move adverts into the sky through projection and whatnot. Can you imagine? It's like something out of like a dystopic scene of like The Fifth Element or just something like this. And I just had this thought, what if that kind of screws and messes with the energy sometimes when people are trying to do readings? So I'm here trying to read and I'm trying to tap into your energy and I'm going off somewhere. So I'm very conscious about that though. Something's happening with the energy here. So let's look. Balance. The Chariot. Okay, there it is. There it is. So let's talk. So Spirit is saying if you were directed to pile 2, one of the messages that you need to take away from yourself is you have to get complete with yourself. Integrate yourself. You're scattered. Look at how it's these cute little dandelion things are scattered. Look at how these are scattered here. When you are scattered and you're not stable, see how this is stable and collected? When you're not that way, you give yourself the opportunity for others to come into your field and to kind of blow you apart in a sense. Now, interestingly, as I'm seeing that, if you're connecting to this pile, chances are that people have been attempting to do that around you, but I'm also getting, for some of you, it may not have been working. So I'm getting that for some of you only 4 months more and you have to deal with this, right? So there's something that's going on in your field that may be causing you to question yourself or may leave a sour taste in your mouth as you walk away, right? So for some of you, this could be a boss. This could be anything, really. I'm getting also an unholy moment is what I'm getting. So that's for somebody there. Those words may mean something for you. Yeah, in a sense, unholy moment is kind of also playing off of the energy of needing to be whole. When you're not whole and you're not grounded and you're scattered and all over the place, you become easy to scatter. But interestingly, in the same vein, I see that some of you, not all of you, some of you may really lose it, but some of you have a constitution that is like, it's so malleable. Maybe you could flex around and dodge this. So this tells me that you may be dealing with somebody who has this effect on you, this patronizing, super sanguine effect on you, but you're able to regroup when you're no longer in the presence of this person. But in pile 1, the idea was that you need to pull back, step out of the sphere of influence. But in pile 2 here, I feel like you really have to step back. You really have to step back a lot more. And here's another message for you coming through. It's not your fault. In a sense, this is not your fault. You're in an environment where this could be where you live, could be where you work, somewhere where you really can't avoid. So pile 2, the best thing that you can do is really try to hold your center with what you're doing. Because take a look here. This is you from this little place of fragmentation, like I said, the scattered, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It's like all this is you. And this is the energy you're dealing with. Okay? Now, whether or not this person is openly being this way, like this dragon, energetically, that's what's occurring. And when you're scattered, imagine this is their hand, they can come in and take anything from you. They can take your sense of worth, your sense of being, your sense of happiness, your sense of being in the moment, whatever this is. If you're not careful, if you're not calm, if you're not collected, if you're not focused, you can really I want to say suffer at the hands of this person. But here's the good thing about this. I don't necessarily feel that this is going to be a lasting effect on you. And I don't feel that it's going to be forever. Like the situation is going to be forever. I'm getting 3 months for some of you, 4 months maybe. But I do want to I want to happily report that as I noticed, I said 4 before, and now I said 3, because I think that somebody, at least one person, yay, here got this message, and that changed energetically something in their mindset. So now you're probably like, oh, this is me all the way. I'm out. I get it. I'm not going to spend 4 months, and you just went down to 3 months here. So this is the idea of this reading, which is great. We get a little token of information to, boom, help you make a big decision. So that's why it's not going to be a long reading. It's just going to let you know where you're at. What's up? Okay, because this is a little bit like your kryptonite. This person is just so different, and it's not even different. I gotta be honest, it's not even different. It feels, because that seems a little benign and stuff. It's just this person is coming in like a battering ram. So who is this? Who is this person? This person is somebody who, whether they're aware or not, they see you as a challenge. They see you as a challenge. Their wounds see you as a challenge. But interestingly, a lot of, like this person, let me say this better, sorry. This person energetically sees you as a challenge in their wound space. But the thing about it is they may not be aware, they may not be conscious that they have these wounds that they are reacting to. And so because I'm seeing that in their mind space, in their conscious mind, they don't see you as a challenge. They might deride you. They might think less of you. They might want to mold you or change you or teach you or show you, or this is not the way that you need to be following. This is not your way. This is an energy that you just happen to be around, and the worst that it can do is scatter you in the moment. And so the more, and of course you might be like, okay, well, phew, I'm only during work hours, or I'm only seeing this person in passing, and that's fine. But guess what? If you're in that scattered space, if you're not careful and you're not able to regroup quickly enough, you may do things like doubt yourself, make certain decisions, sign paperwork, take actions. You may trip and fall, you may whatever, because you're scattered. So make sure that when you get into the presence of this person, that you're shielding up and you're purposeful. What is it that I need to do? If I have to go into this person's office to ask them a question, make sure that I keep it down to 3 things. I know what I want, I express what I want, and I thank them, and I get out of there. No idle chit chat, none of this. So the advice for you, pile 2, is to identify who this person is. If you chose this pile, you probably already know who it is. Identify who they are, become very purposeful in what it is that you're trying to do. Whenever you come into their sphere of influence, get in, get out, and regroup. And don't forget to shield up as well. And very importantly, don't let this person trigger your ego. No wonder, see, look, remain stable even when you are tested. Steady, control, poise. You know what? You would think that's going to annoy the hell out of them, but actually it's not. It's a little bit like your loosey-goosey, scattered energy pulls them right in. It's like it triggers their ego, and all of a sudden they want to teach you something, or want to tell you something, or want to whatever. No, and you go in like this, you go in purposefully, you give them no entrance into your field. And so they cannot act out their wounds on you. Does that make sense? They can't slip you in, they can't pull you into their ego. And that's because it's just, I'm trying to feel into, it's just almost like you slip under their radar. You get in, you get out, that's it. That's it. So to sum up this cute little small reading, if you chose pile 2, you're definitely dealing with someone who just has so much ego, so many wounds, who doesn't, right? But a lot's going on, and your energy fields do not mix. It's like salt and vinegar, but not in the way that you're like, oh, I love these chips. Not in that way. And so, no, oil and vinegar. Okay, that makes sense. Oh, but oil and vinegar kind of comes together well too when you're dipping things. But anyway, whatever. You get the point. And so your advice is to step way out of this person's field. If you can avoid this person altogether, do it. By all means, do it. Yeah, family member, I'm so sorry. Maybe that's the lesson that you have to learn. Okay? And if you do have to enter into their energetic space and be there, then please solidify yourself, be stable, have purpose, get in, get out, you're done. All right? Love you. And listen, if you'd like to have a personal reading with me, or if you'd like to have an energy shift, to do any intuitive counseling with me, all of my information is on Etsy. And yeah, what's today? Today is the 28th. So if you'd like to book an intuitive counseling session, which is live via Zoom, and have that order filled before the first of the year, before New Year's, please go ahead and place that order soon. I've only got a few more spots left. I forgot to say that for group 1, but it's okay. They know where to find me. All right. And this is for the live Zoom intuitive counseling sessions. Those I can schedule before the first. All right. Bye. Mwah. Stay for the others if you feel pulled. Bye. Hey, pile 3, welcome back and God bless you. If you have not had a chance to check out the collective reading, please go ahead and take a look at that. But I just do want to reiterate though that today's message that's coming through is designed to give you a little token of information to help you come to a decision or a conclusion in your mind and help you to create the energetic shift that you need. So in particular, we're looking at the role of connection in your life. So this is about somebody that you're dealing with, or an energetic frequency with other people that you're dealing with. Spirit is saying that there's something about your situation that you're not seeing, you're misperceiving it, and so therefore the advice that comes through today is designed to be a miracle for you. Remember, A Course in Miracles defines a miracle as a change in perception. So you got a problem with perception? Let's see what information comes through today to help you. And by the way, my nose is itching, and whenever I channel, that's usually what's happening. So it's really going off here. Now, I do feel a little stall tactic in your energy, group 3. Please do not worry, whatever is going to come out. Some of you are quaking in your boots right now. I can feel it. Can I start the reading? Is that okay? Don't worry. Strength. Okay, this challenge will make you stronger. You will get through to the other side. Look for the gifts in this situation. If you were called to pile 3, then there's an aspect of you that is quivering because you've been through this before. You've been through the ringer. This is vibing heavily like past lifetime stuff. I'm getting 8. So some of you may actually be working on a theme that you've been working on for quite a few different lifetimes. And I do want you to know, I know you're tired. I see it in your cute little purple eye. He has a purple eye, cute. But I want you to know that you're loved. You're absolutely amazing. Keep going. Aww. Aww. That idea, keep going, has a little bit of a soft spot for me, because I remember in my first year in grad school, we were ending the first semester and we had to put in this paper, and I was just going through so much in my life at that time, and I asked for an extension. Oh my gosh, scary. I asked for an extension on my paper. And over the Christmas holidays, I'm sitting here trying to get this done, but hello, it's Christmas. I was stressed, and I remember my grad teacher messaged me, and she's like, just keep going. And it gave me all of the confidence and all of the energy that I needed to really keep on going, believe it or not. And she was so kind, God bless her. Anyway, so if this is you in pile 3, then you're being encouraged to have strength. I know you don't recognize yourself right now. Of all of the 3 groups, I feel like there's an aspect of you that doesn't recognize yourself. This could be as simple as not recognizing your strength, but I'm also seeing a little bit of shame. Like when you do look at yourself, you don't like what you see. It's almost like someone looking in a mirror and saying, how did I get to this? I don't even recognize myself. Spirit is like, we'll get you cleaned up right away. There's an energy of magic around you that I really, really like. I'm really feeling that vibe. But you're like, if I were here with this cute little unicorn, I would just tip his little mouth up and be like, look up. Your unicorn horn is supposed to be pointing up. And so you see, you need to have faith. spoken back into you. You've been on a long journey. Again, this is past lifetime stuff. And getting number 5. Some of you have been working on a theme for 5 years. Or 5 years, yeah. I was going to say 5 lifetimes if they said 5 years. And so I understand that you're stressed and you're going through it. And I know I'm feeling that you're dealing with bullies. A lot of you are just dealing with bullies in life because Spirit is saying bullying tactics. So you may actually be feeling weathered, broken down. You don't recognize who you are. I'm even feeling like you don't recognize where you are for some of you. But you have to remember you're fine, okay? There's nothing wrong with you per se. You're struggling to put what is it? Well, you're struggling, like, look at this cute little flower, this peyote flower, and imagine he wants to take his horn and like insert it into the center of this flower, but it's like he's so tired, he's like this, you know, where is it? And look at the evidence, 1, 2, look at the 3, these little grooves, evidence of where he's just been not getting it. But they're saying, look in the center. That's where you have been getting it in past times. So you have to realize you've done this before. You're pulling this off because you've done it before. You've done it before and you can do it again. You may be tired, you may be weathered, you may feel beaten down, but that's just because it's circumstances. I just saw 11:11. Thank you, Spirit. They're saying your circumstances are also about to change in as little as 4 to 6 months. I'm getting. I almost said 3 months, but anyway, 4 to 6 months. I know we're like, what? That's forever. But it's not like, oh, 4 to 6 months is done. Ding, I'm better. No, it's going to get better and better and better and better and better. But you have to remember, you have to keep going, is what they're saying. You're being healed and given divine guidance. I love that. Yes, from me, through me. That's more like it, through me. And so Spirit is saying there are times when you may have been really off. I'm seeing in particular in a relationship with a woman. Now, for some of you, this could actually have been a sexual relationship, whether regardless of your gender is. But for others, it could be another kind of, like maybe a friendship. It could be a coworker. It could be whatever this is. Like family. Of course, it'd always be family. Everything starts there. Well, actually, not really. Everything starts with you, and your family just reflects stuff that you have going on inside of you. But that's for another reading altogether. But Spirit is saying it's okay if you were off, right? Look at this gamble. You took a gamble. But I do feel, again, that you've been trying to see things, but you haven't been seeing things clearly. And Spirit is saying, listen up. So pile 3, very important for you if you're part of pile 3. A major part of why you have been, quote unquote, missing the mark and not seeing clearly and not this and not that is because things were being hidden from you. Okay? Can you get behind that? Can you understand that? Things were being hidden from you. You didn't know. Here it is, you're looking at this fire, trying to keep this fire alive, trying to understand it, and look right behind you, there's another fire. So I'm seeing a little bit of gaslighting here for some of you. I'm seeing that some of you may have been dealing with somebody, could be, doesn't even have to be a woman again, that was just coming through earlier, but it could be anybody here. But you may have been dealing with somebody who was convincing you or giving you the impression that there's only one fire that will keep you warm and let's stay around this. And they've probably given you a box of matches to do something meaningless over a fire that's already going. It's almost like duping you into believing that you need to be doing a certain thing in that space. But behind you, you didn't realize that, yes, you were right. You needed to have fire. You need to do fire. But you don't need to be tending this fire. This isn't your fire. And in fact, it looks like he's working at a dumpster fire. God bless. But it doesn't look like a dumpster. Instead, she needs to turn around and realize the fire she needs is this torch. And she needs to grab that torch and look the door. Just go out of the door. Spirit is saying, boom, that's your release. They're saying, some of you, I wouldn't be surprised if quite a few of you were in pile 3. I'm interested. If you got pile 3, go ahead and make a comment in the comments. And I'm just curious. I can't send out a Google form because I don't know who's watching these videos. I mean, maybe it's just me. I don't know. But so the comments are the only way to know which pile you got. And I'm just always curious. And I'm so tempted. There's like, go ahead, I want to pull a card. I didn't pull an extra card for any of the groups because I'm trying to keep it as quick as possible, but I'll pull one to see where you're headed after that. Why? Because you're awesome. And as are the others. Look at the next card. I don't even need to pull it. It was right here. Boom. freedom, do, 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 at the bottom of this deck that I was actually going to use. 9 of Pentacles, freedom. Oh, the Hermit. Ooh, yes. Oh, he's actually using, there's the flame in the yeah. Can you guys see that? It's off camera. Come on, Jonelle, you have one job. Yes, this is a fight for independence. So if this was you and you got pile 3, you are coming into awareness of an illusion that you were working with regarding somebody. Somebody had you believing something about your purpose, about what you're supposed to be doing in your day-to-day, in your life, about how you're supposed to be feeling, about yourself. They had you duped into that, okay? So, of course, it's for another reading to understand what inside of you allowed you to take in their messages, right? Because we, in the end, it's always about agency. We do these things and we allow people to come into our space and get us into a certain space. And that could be simply because we didn't see something inside of us that needed to be strengthened or bolstered, or discernment, right? So whatever's happening here, you are, if you took pile 3, you're waking up to some type of there's so many words that want to come out. Disillusionment, illusion, right? So, and you're being illuminated, and what that buys you is your attempt. They're saying you have to attempt to be free. You got to get free. It's like they're saying, I was going to say buys you your freedom, because we see all these freedom cards. Hermit, 9 of Pentacles, independence, literally an oracle card that says freedom. But I'm seeing that you need to get back, get back, because you're way off a little bit here with something that was going on. And in fact, look at this peyote. Now it's taking on this energy of being drugged, okay? So some of you may really, of course, the range differs on who's watching, but some of you may really have been duped by somebody. It's really strong. For some of you, it's very strong. Like they just put you under a spell of thought or gaslighting at its finest. And now it's time for you to get out. Get out. Now, okay, I want to keep this short, but there's one card that wants to come in. So look at this. That's what I'm saying. Listen, we out here. We're not playing around. Okay? The guides are like, we see this. You see that swooping? We see that. Spells, alchemy. Time to get out. Time to free yourself. But your action step is attempt. Make the attempt. So your perception is off. Turn around, grab the fire, and get out of there. Remember, you can get whatever learning you need to get from anybody. You don't have to stay in one place. If someone says, I'm the way, you need to get out of there right away. And Buddha is even attributed as saying, if you meet the Buddha on the road, kill him. That's right. Because who's to say that they know this and they know that and they're your way through? And like, no, we're not out here for that anymore. What is this? We're coming into the age of Aquarius, and discernment is necessary. So free yourself if you're in pile 3. All right. And if you'd like to work further with me with a personal reading, or if you'd like to have intuitive counseling, energy shifts, all of that, please do feel free to reach out to me. And if you are interested in having your intuitive counseling, which is a Zoom session scheduled for before the new year, then you should probably reach out to me within the next 2 days, because I'm filling up the last few slots now. Okay. All right, until then, God bless you, and you are awesome. You can do this. I love you. We love you. All the other piles love you, and we wish you all the best, pile 3. Bye.